Hello, hello. If you're just joining me on the live, it's an impromptu live this evening. I just felt a nudge from um, the energies of today, just to really connect in with folks because it just feels like it's been such a massive time, really, from the beginning of August through to the Lionsgate and the full moon, big weekend, and the last week post those portal days, I guess you could call them, has not let up with a massive 5-day whiteout in the Schumann. Lots going on under the earth. We've had a slight, I want to say a 5.6 earthquake here in the Sunshine Coast, Queensland area. Yeah, didn't feel it myself. We were on the road at the time, but many folks in the area experienced a shudder this weekend, this Saturday, actually. So, all in all, lots of energies, lots of energies coming up from below and also coming in as really the veils are stripped away on many levels. So I just really wanted to join a live today and connect in. Firstly, to say how you're doing. If there's anything you want to share in the comments about your experience in the last week, be interested to hear how you've experienced this prolific energy that's been moving through the collective field. Personally, I have felt a lot of physical intensity through the lower three chakras, especially. Thanks, Zoe. And also, it's almost like we are going through a massive shift in the whole pillar. And also the brain. I feel the brain has also been rebooted through these frequencies. And this is, I feel, because we are in the precipice of great change energetically. The alignments of the cosmos, the astrology, what is happening in the middle, inner Earth, in the frequencies of the core of the Earth. So there is a transformation going on at all levels, including other dimensional realms that are watching the Earth with great interest and supporting, whether they are supporting through ground crew, should I say. And when I say ground crew, I'm saying those beings that either are just beginning, are doing this for a while, or are continuing to evolve their energy by connecting with their multidimensional selves. So my take on this whole first contact, and all the buzz around galactic, I guess, disclosures is, I feel like that, yes, the collective field has been massaged to the potential of that, so that when eventually that does take place, it will not be such a radical shock to the system of the collective field. However, I feel because there is still a heavy releasing or coming to the surface of shadow, of polarization, of discord at this time, it's all bubbling up through many different avenues. Of course, we see it every day in politically, homegrown in Australia or overseas, US, Russia, all of that jazz. So much going on in the global stage, putting the collective field in a bit of disarray, intentionally so, not by those that are in political spaces, I feel, but does at its highest spiritual level need to happen, so that we are forced out of our collective comfort zone, so that we can face aspects of ourselves that have been repressed, hidden, or blocked. Yeah. So this is what is coming out right now. So it's almost like a very deep clean out, purification of central channel, so that we can hold more of this plasma coded light. Thank you for mentioning that earlier, Zoe, also. So that we can really anchor in this higher vibrational frequency. So as we know, it is layers upon layers of this of this like really transformation of our being from carbon to crystalline. I know it's been banged on about that forever, but it is this DNA activation of our galactic origins. We are not, we were many, like a few hundred years ago, a few 100,000 years ago, we were tampered with, if you will, by the galactics, so that we are partly galactic in our genome, yeah? And that, whether that has been recognized by mainstream or not, it doesn't really matter, because what is happening right now is the energies of the thinning of the magnetic shield of the Earth is allowing much more solar consciousness to flood into the planet, yes? And that is allowing the galactics as well to activate more of our knowing, our DNA, the information held within the Akash. So these upgrades that we keep receiving through the solar flares, through the astrology, through the inner Earth rumblings that are coming up from below, then we are being given these opportunities to switch on, access information, and return soul gifts. Now, this has been happening for many years, but it has definitely accelerated right now, so that we can help to step up our energy, our pillar, where, especially at times where others may be feeling uncertain, anxious, because these energies also bring up anxiety, fear to release too. These energies are really to shake out old residue, And I think some of the fear in the collective field is also linked to past timelines, linked to the Armageddon timelines that are been dissolved, but they need to come to the surface. The fear, the terror, the ancient codes that we hold within our beings are being massaged, if you will, by these energies, so that we can release them and become much more aligned, much more firm and grounded in our being. Because as things start to get more and more tumultuous, then people are going to shake. Some people are going to shake more, and we are, as sensitive souls, if you will, as beings that have been activating, aligning with this energy for some time, we have been strengthening our pillars to be those beacons as things get a little bit more bumpy, or people are knocked off course, so that they can course correct, and therefore come back into alignment with their soul. So there has to be, in a very kind of Uranian shocking way, quite a few bumps here and there, so that people get uncomfortable enough to question their homegrown narrative. Yeah. So this is quite a prolific time till the end of the year now. It's quite an acceleration of energy, quite a powerful time for the collective to find their voice, to come into their power, and to speak their truth. I mean, it's already happening. We see it everywhere, but this is just the acceleration of that time through events and through awakenings of the collective field. There's been such a powerful influx of light in the last week that it cannot not shift the collective, cannot not disrupt fields of energy or systems that no longer serve. Yeah, things cannot sustain with this level of intensity, with this level of energy. Things will break down. Now, this isn't to fear people, to put people into fear, or to bring in doomsday kind of narratives, but it is to just remind us that as these energies anchor in through our field, then we are the nodes or the conduits that support the releasing of the old ways. Yeah. So and everybody, whether they're aware of it at a conscious level or not, can feel this kind of trembling almost within the collective field, and the earth herself. Yeah. As she shifts, we shift. So I really wanted to hop on and say some of that. But also I feel that there is I don't know if I would call it a prayer or a message from Archangel Michael. Yeah. So this is really guidance or wisdom for the 18th of August 2025. Okay. So just take a moment to have a sip of water if you want. Yeah. Yes, it has been used, Kelly. It has. Take a sip of water. Get yourself comfortable. Allow yourself to receive. Sit in a position that feels aligned or at least relaxed in your being. Also, many are going through physical symptoms now. You're not alone if that's you. It's hitting the physical and the emotional body. Yeah. So allow yourself to feel aligned, and take 3 breaths into your belly. Out with an So just connecting in now with your being, with your hearts. And this is a message from Archangel Michael. So the very blood of your being is transforming. The very cells of your body, the very DNA within the cells of your body is activating, awakening, and transforming at this time. This is putting some pressure upon the nervous system and the heart chakra of the collective field. This may be perceived by some as anxiety, grief, or burden and overwhelm. This is only a temporary process in the clearing of ancient code. As you are receiving these energies through the waves that are activating through your solar consciousness that is hitting the earth, especially last week, but also all the way to the 23rd and the new moon. So that is all the way to your Saturday. This week is yet another prolific week of activations within your being. We say that this is not a problem for you are receiving the codes over and over, and you are assimilating now at a faster and more frequent ease within your being. However, this latest download of plasma information through your consciousness is rattling your body-mind consciousness just a little more than usual. So we would say that you can imagine golden light flushing through your body. Do it morning and night before bed. You are to open to an alignment and bring down a golden light that comes from your highest point, your 12th chakra, exotonial line, and bring this golden light like a pillar of strength all the way through your being to your earth star and anchor it into the earth. It is a simple practice, but it gives you peace, grace, and groundedness in the evolution of the collective field. Imagine that as this stream of golden light goes through from your 12th chakra into Gaia, it is anchoring you into the grids of the earth so that you are feeling held and supportive, even if there is tumultuous energy being released from the core. You are still supported at this time. You are learning as a being to be okay in intensity, to be okay in not knowing, to be in okay mind with turbulence, because it is to get a little more turbulent in the coming times for you. You are ready. You have been prepared for this time. And as you release what is held in your being, and we would say this is karmic imprints and ancestral justifications for fear and lack of action, if you will, we would say this will propel you forward. This will release the blocks in your heart, and this will allow you to be received by the cosmos, by the beings of the earth, and by the earth herself. For you are releasing a band around your heart, dear ones. You are releasing a band of limitation that was put on you through the 3D matrix. So it is important at this time to be gentle, to be kind, to be generous with yourself as you release these obstructive fields from your energy body. As you anchor through the golden pillar of the Christed light from your 12th plane, you are held in love and divinity. Everything else that is not of that light is released out through your auric field. Your heart is held and you are safe. It is important daily to remind your being that you are safe. Feel your feet on the earth. Know at the very deepest level of your being that you are held. That you are held so lovingly by many, many beings of light. This is the quickening that you have been talking about in your times recent and past. This is the acceleration of the consciousness of the planet. This is the awakening of the mass consciousness. So it is. So it is. Amen. So just taking a moment. Yes, lots of grief coming up in the collective field for sure. Lots of endings of energy within and without, so that we can move forward. That's perfect. So just before I leave you guys, please feel free to tag share this, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please comment in the comments section. It just allows me to promote this work. Just going to work with this little guy, a amethyst, Mexican agate amethyst skull. So red, the root, the root. Violet or purple, purification. The third eye, the crown. So really, this is a purification. This is just a purification, a piece of light language. So this is a small channeling that I'm doing today, just to kind of keep us on track, remind us that we're of tribe, yeah? Sweet, thanks, Joey. And to support this shudder that's happening in the collective field right now, yeah? Yeah. So now let us just, let's work with the heart, because a few people tonight have mentioned grief, yeah? So this is, this is for the heart space and the high heart space, yeah? So some of us are feeling the grief of times that are changing, yeah? So knowing that things are about to change and there is an ending. There's an ending of a way, there's an ending of a way of being, there's an ending of timelines. There's lots of endings right now, yeah? Lots of endings. So, and because many of us are old souls that have been through this process before, there are trigger points. There are trigger points within our being, at certain ascension milestones, if you will, that require us to release very dense energy from our field that we've held karmically through our template. Yeah. So right now, that's big. That's big in the collective field. Yeah. Even if people are not aware of where it's coming from, they know things are changing, often quite fast for them. Whether they like it or not, the world is accelerating. So that is hard sometimes to bear for us and others, for all of us. So this is working with this guy. I haven't named him yet. If you've got a fancy name for him, you can put that in the comments. Yeah. But he's just coming in with this purified energy field. He feels quite a galactic skull. He feels like he's from Vega, actually, from Vega. So connected with the Lyrans also. So and really wanting to come through now and bring this sort of violet light to purify some of this grief that many of us are feeling or holding for the collective field at this time. So just allow yourself to let this energy wash over you. Please feel free to comment in the comments if you feel it was supportive, or you feel sensations during this, helps other people, other people to, self-validate their experience. Yeah. And I will pull one card before we leave. Okay. So just feeling this energy in the heart and the high heart. Letting go of collective grief, letting go of old soul grief, as times change rapidly. We feel maybe a little out of control even. Javateka bugoda teka batanda neka bukota teka batanda neka bukota teka pagoto toko bototo teka patata tata bugoto toko bototo teka pataki. Shalapatata teka bukota teka bagoto teka bugota teka bukota teka batanda neka porke bagoto teka pakada teki. Shalapatata teka bagoto teka patata teka pateka bototo teka pataki. Shalapatata toto teka patata tata teka bukotiki. Baraka bugoto. Baraka bugoto teki tata baraka bugoto teka teki. Paraka. So just allow yourself to feel. Take a breath, take a drink of water. Yeah? Take a moment. I just want to pull one card, see what comes through for today, the 18th. So the card is from this beautiful pack I just got yesterday, actually, written by Jen McCarthy. It's Mysteries, Imagination, Oracle deck from the mind of Neville Goddard. Yeah? That's that's what the pack looks like. It's going to be reverse writing, but. And the card, my father and I are one. Card number 19. Card number 19. So I'll just have a quick look, see what it says before we head off. My father and I are one, but my father is greater than I. The consciousness and the subconscious are one, but the subconscious is greater than the consciousness. So it's talking about Father, obviously, his Father is God, or Source, power of the subconscious mind, and the union of that. And so I also feel that there is quite a lot of what's coming up in the field right now is the subconscious clearing, yeah, and the subconscious mind has been triggered into and activated by some of these energies. So sometimes there's actually no story to some of the releasing that's going on. But I also feel this is guided by Source. This is the divine plan for this planet. There is a massive, purification of the subconscious collective field. Yeah, as the veils are released, the subconscious becomes conscious. So that is what is happening. There's like a lifting out and up of all these aspects that have been suppressed and held in the field. Oh, that's beautiful, Fiona. That have been, and so it's rippling up and out. Yeah. So it's important to sort of do the inner work right now. Whether you're doing it solo in your own space or whether you need support, you can always message or find a practitioner close to home. But it's important right now to be doing some reflection work, some investigation work, and also just allowing, more than anything, allowing what is here to ripple out. Because often, I know for myself, there's a contraction when I don't want to feel something. And so I hold on to it a bit, So it's how do we release out of holding if we're feeling something we don't like? Because once we let it out, it can release and then it's gone. Yeah. But if we hold it, we kind of resist the process. Yeah. So allowing as much as you can. I might do a little practice on that later in the week, but we'll see where we go. Yeah. So I think that's all I want to say for today. I do have an event coming up on the 23rd, this Saturday morning. I haven't decided how I'm going to work it out yet, but it'll be 10:30 a.m. Saturday morning, the Solar Buddha transmission. I'll be doing it from home in Peregian Beach, and there'll be online access too. There'll be more to follow, but you can keep watching my wall for all the deets. So have a beautiful evening. I hope you're transforming and transitioning with grace and ease at this prolific time. Please feel free to tag, share, and promote this work, and I will hopefully catch you very soon. Take care, guys. Bye for now.